Do you know anyone who doesn't like French fries?
Nobody.
Nobody doesn't like French fry, right? You want to taste those?
They look great. Oh, man. How do you get them so crisp?
Well, I'm going to show you how I did it. Classically, I would trim all the sides for each potato to make a perfect rectangle. Then you cut it into thick slices and then into sticks, which make every fry the same size. But you can also just cut the whole potato, into slices. It's just that some fries will be longer than others. Rinse the cut potato to a bowl of water and drain them, and blanch them into boiling water for about 20 to 30 seconds, and then drain them and pat them dry. When completely dry, add the potato to oil that has been heated to about 325 degrees. Cook for about 4 or 5 minutes. They will be pale, but cooked. Drain them on a tray lined with paper towel. They are soft, they are cooked through, but they are not crisp at all. So reheat the oil to 400 degrees. Then when you're ready to serve, return the oil blanched fries to the hot oil. Cook them until they are golden brown and very crisp. Season with salt while they are still piping hot and serve immediately. And this is how I made my French fried potato. I'm here with my friend, Chef Loretta Keller, one of the great chefs of America. A simple potato cooked well can be extraordinary. And I'm making potato 4 different ways today, from easy to elegant. This is essential Pépin. If I was stuck in an island with only a couple of ingredients to cook from, potato would be at the top of my list, along with eggs and chicken. It's amazing now in the supermarket the amount of potato that you can find. From the big Idaho to baked to a flowery russet to a creamy yellow, you can go to those tiny fingerling potato. I'm using several of them today. Today we're doing potato day, garlic mashed potato, a potato ragu like my mother used to do, a gratin dauphinoise, which is the scalloped potato with cream and all that, and a cream puff potato. We're going to have a great time, and I'll start with the garlic mashed potato. And cut your potato. Here, as you see, I have the red bliss potato in there. My aunt used to do that way before it was fashionable to do the garlic mashed potato. She used to throw a couple of garlic cloves just like that into the potato without even peeling it. And I could do that if I put the potato through the food mill. But if I use a masher like that, I have to peel the garlic. So I have 3, crush it a little bit to remove the skin here. See if I cut the end of it, and the skin will come out easily. This. Cover them with water. Dash of salt, bring them to a boil and cook them. This is not nouvelle cuisine. You don't want, tough mashed potato. You want them really soft to crush them. In fact, sometimes I do them with just a tiny bit of water so that I keep the water in it and finish it with butter. In that case today, I'll drain it, finish it with milk and a bit of butter. Okay, let's see those potatoes. Yeah, that's it. They're really tender. That's what I want. Just take about 30 minutes. No, otherwise here, I'm going to drain it, put it back in there, and mash it. I'm going to use this. I could use a food mill. I could use even what we call a tamis, which is a screen that you push it through. You can use any of those things. The only thing you don't want to use is a food processor. If you use a food processor, it gets cordy, like rubbery, like glue. So I have milk here, the milk, warm milk. I have about a cup of milk. I like my mashed potato relatively soft, you know, creamy. And then the butter, always butter. I'm putting like maybe 2.5 tablespoons. There is certain recipe, like there is a famous chef in France called Ragout. He does mashed potato like this. It's the same amount of butter than potato. It is good. Okay, let's see. Dash of salt. That's it. And I think probably we'll work it out with a whisk to get it really nice and creamy. And I want it about that texture. So here we are. Not a big deal to do, but it always pleases everybody, especially if you do that with like a roast chicken. Make a little hole in your mashed potato, put the juice inside. That's good. So my mashed potato here. This is a bit rough, as I said, because I did it with the hand crusher, you know. Probably a bit smoother when you do it with the, you know, the food mill, but this is more rough style. And then we can even put maybe a tiny piece of butter to melt on top, just for the heck of it, you know, so give it a bit more taste. And here we are, the garlic mashed potato. I'm doing a potato ragu next for the specialty of my mother. You know, sometimes we use that as main course, most of the time with a salad. This is a piece of unsmoked bacon. In France, we call that lard, L-A-R-D, which of course has nothing to do with what we call lard here, which is really the rendered fat of the pig. But in France, that piece is called lard, and when you cut it into pieces, it's called lardon, you know, from lard. And that's what I'm doing here. I rinse it because it is preserved in salt. You want to take a little bit of the salt out. If you want to take even more salt out, what you do, you put it directly in water, bring it to a boil and drain it. But there, I'm not going to put any salt in it, so it's fine. So this is going to brown for a couple of minutes. You can cut the piece quite small or bigger. I like them big enough like this. Okay, or like 6 people. I may have a bit too many here. That should be enough. Right, so you want to brown this now for a couple of minutes. As you can see, some of them are taking a nice color. And then we'll add the onion in it. I mean, this is really your kind of home dish. You can slice the onion, really, or chop them. About time I have a pound of onion here, so it's a lot of onion. Pound of onion, I have like 3 pounds of potato, and about half a pound of bacon. So here, this is now, you know, browning nicely. So here goes the onion. And in this, I'm going to put a few bay leaves, maybe 3 bay leaves. I have a bit of thyme in there as well. Thyme, bay leaf, whole sprig of thyme, and a few cloves of garlic. Never hurt. Here we are. So here I have the nice mixture, which should gain a bit more color than it has now. And on top of this, after we singe it, that is, I put a couple of tablespoons of flour to give a little bit of viscosity, you know, to the juice, and the potato, water, and that's it. So that should take another couple of minutes here. Okay. It's about ready now to go on. I'm going to singe it, as I say, with a couple of tablespoons of flour, 1.5, 2. Mix it in. That's it. I need some pepper in it. I may need some salt, but I will wait until the end because of the bacon, you know, or rather the unsmoked bacon that I have here, the pancetta. Là, here we are. My potato. So they are small bliss potato. You can use basically whatever you want. And then you cover that with water. A really country type of ragu, you know. Main course with a salad, it's a whole meal. This should cook for about 45 minutes now. Well, I'm sure it's cooked now. You can see a little bit of the potato are falling apart, but it's very, very cooked, and that's the way you would want it. It's even better after you let it rest for a while. Maybe a little bit of parsley, give it some color. This is it. In fact, you know what? I should taste it to see whether almost as good as my mother's. The potato ragu. More potato dish coming. After the ragu of potato, now we're doing a classic dish, the gratin dauphinoise. The gratin dauphinoise from the Savoie part of France. It is a classic dish of sliced potato, cooked with milk and garlic and do into a gratin. And this is one of my favorites, certainly. Now, you can peel your potato ahead, as I did here, but you have to keep them in water so they don't discolor. That's important. After you slice them, however, like here, you don't want to wash them. I need the starch of those potatoes to thicken the gratin. So you can slice them by hand. You can cut a little piece here so that it stays straight. And the thickness of it is relatively unimportant, you know. So this, or you can use one of those machine slicer here. This one has a straight edge, and it has something to protect your hand. I tend to do it with my hand, but I never hold the potato this way. Always hold it straight like this, so that I can go, even if I go to the end, like I'm at the end here, and go through. It's fine. I'm not going to cut myself if I go straight like this. If I do this, don't take any chance. If you're not sure, use the guard. If, however, you have one of those small machines here where the blade is this way rather than straight, don't do it by hand. Here you will cut yourself. So use the guard. Anyway, here we are again. But those are nice and handy, and of course you can have them as thick as you want here. Okay, I have about 2.5 cups of milk here, and I have like 2 pounds, a good 2.5 pounds of potato. I'm going to put the potato in there, and you want to bring it to a boil. Some people put that directly in the gratin dish. I tend to bring it to a boil, salt, pepper in it. I'm going to do black pepper like this. You know, when I was doing sometime catering business, I would do it this way, bring it to a boil, arrange it in small gratin, and freeze it, and use it after directly into the oven. So there, I would say a good three cloves of garlic, which I really want to crush down and forward to really make a puree out of it. Then now you can rock it gently. Clean up your knife. So a nice puree of garlic. That you want to put in there. Bring that to a boil. You can see that when I have the regular milk, the milk is very liquid. When this comes to a boil, the starch from the potato will thicken, and it will be slightly oily, almost like heavy cream. Now this is milk only. Some people do it with milk, some half and half, some completely cream, heavy cream. You can do it different ways. I do this one here. I mean, this one is only milk now. Then I'll put it into the gratin dish and pour a little bit of cream on top. You can see here after it comes to a boil, you know, it's thicker than it was before. So now it's ready to go into the oven or divide it into different gratins and keep it sometimes individual gratin. Here I have a large one for like 6, should about fit. And some people put cheese on it. The real Gratin Dauphinoise doesn't have any cheese, but if you want to put cheese, it's not like you'll go to the guillotine, you know. So I'll put a bit of cream on top of it, however, like a third of a cup or so. And this is it. Now it goes to the oven, you know, about 400 degrees, close to an hour. And that's it. The gratin all boiling hot. It will get slightly thicker, you know, as it cools off a little bit. You shouldn't eat into it right away now. In a little while. Be good. Here we are. And now, another specialty from where I come from is the cream puff potato. And it's a mixture of potato, mashed potato, and a mixture of cream puff dough, you know, the dough that you do to do choux, éclairs, Saint-Honoré, little profiterole. And this is what I'm going to do first. I have here half a cup of milk, and I'm going to put a piece of butter in there. You can do it with milk or with water. Dash of salt, dash of pepper in there, and you put approximately the same amount of flour than liquid. So I have half a cup here. You want to bring it to a boil. I have half a cup of flour. As you can see, it's boiling around here. I just dump it into it in one shot. Put it off the stove a little bit like this and start working it into a thick mass. So use a sturdy kind of, as I have here, you know, a wood spatula. See, I have that mixture here, which holds, this is the first part, the part of your pâte à choux. So often you cook that like another 20, 30 seconds, and you will see the bottom of your pan is like crusty. You know, it comes all white and crusty, so it dries it out a little bit, and that's it. That's what I have here. So you see there is no lump at all here because I dump it in one block. Okay, see that goes, I can mix it by hand, but of course it makes it easy to do it in a food processor. I have a small insert here because I have a small portion. Now I need 2 eggs in there. And the 2 eggs, frankly, you don't want to put them when it's really hot. So what I'm going to do is to mix it 1 second to cool it off a little bit. That should be about fine. And during that time, actually, I let it cool off. I'll do my potato. So I have about 10 ounces of potato here, you know, that I cooked with the skin on, as you can see. So you peel your potato. See, when you peel cooked potato like this, you don't really lift up the skin, you kind of scrape it. And now I will put it through a foot mill. In that case, I have a ricer here, which is a nice way of doing it. That little thing, you know, you put the potato pieces like in there, and right away, that's a neat way of doing it. I don't know if the whole thing can go in there, but I guess it can. So I certainly have close to about the same amount of potato than pâte à choux here. Now it's time to add the eggs, 2 eggs. 1, 2. Get a bit liquid to start with, and it tightens, you know. As you can see the thickening here. When you do it by hand, most recipients, it's true, tell you put 1 egg in and stir it. and then everything kind of separates. You don't think it's going to get together. Eventually it's thickened. Then you put another egg and so forth. When I do it with the food processor, see, I emulsify the whole thing in there, and it's fine. Okay. I can put that directly in my potato. Okay, here is the potato. Good. And now I have an oil which is about 350 degrees, which is about what it should be. For this, you can put that in a pastry bag, you know, and press it as I do for gnocchi and cut it at the end. But you can do it by hand like this. You want to go fast enough because you don't want the first one to be totally overcooked. Push it with your hand, and you know, don't be afraid of the oil. People are afraid of the oil, they go from high, and that's where it splatters. Get close to it. It's less dangerous. Good. So that will cook 4 or 5 minutes. They're close to ready now. Get it nice and puffy. Beautiful. I have about 2 dozen here that you do, you see, with half a cup of flour, so it's quite a lot. If you want to be a little fancy, then we can even put that into a napkin. Like this, there is many ways of folding a napkin. I can fold this one just in fourths like this. Now grab it from the center, you turn it on the other side to do the same thing again toward the center. This. Maybe I'll do it once more. Again, the other side. I could open it here and leave it like this. Here, I'm going to do another fold, like this. And then directly into a serving plate like this. Turn this way, so that each of the corners, you want to fold them in. We do that very often for pomme soufflé, you know. The pomme soufflé, which is the inflated potato, is a special technique. Makes it a bit more elegant. You can charge at least $5 more if you do this. Okay, here we are. I wouldn't want probably to take them directly out of this in there. You want to put them maybe on a wire rack so that they can dry out a little bit. And I think that's about it. You know, it's nice when they are cracked open like this. Indicate, you know, the center is cooked. I can take one. You can always take one and see the center should be, let's say it's open, but the center should be cracked, open, and very elastic like that, like a pâte à choux, you know. That's it. If you want to use that oil again, you know, make sure you strain it. And when we use oil, we would start with something that doesn't have much taste, then going to use something else. By the time you use fish to fry fish, you don't go back to potato or a dessert like apple fritter or whatever. That's important. You know, the best is just when you do them like that, and that's what I say is ideal in a restaurant. When you have the mixture ready, up, you do it and serve one portion. Otherwise, of course, when you pile them up as I do, they will tend to get a bit softer in the center. And that's it. Here we are, the cream puff potato. These potato dishes are comfort food. You know, for me, the kitchen is the most relaxing place in the home. Cook together with your family and relax. Happy cooking! Happy cooking!